Well, good morning everybody. How are we doing this morning out here today? This is Dan back with you with another video. We're going to try to do one today. This one's going to be pretty interesting, I think. This is going to be about the Predators of Appalachia. And will be very interesting, I think. I've learned a lot about them since I've been looking at them. We're going to get into that, but later on, I was going to tell you a story and show you the area where I about lost my life in a tree stand one time, photographing black bear. That's what I used to do. I still do. I'm an amateur wildlife photographer, and I hunt animals with camera mostly. But we're going to go over what you shouldn't do in a tree stand for sure. But we'll get into that just a little bit later when I get over to the site where a tree stand is at. But yeah, we're going to go in today on Predators of Appalachia. So, you know, we got all kinds of predators here in Appalachia. Actually, we're supposed to be the apex predator, but the largest predator we have in Appalachia is the black bear, supposedly, and they normally will stay away from you. They don't want to be nowhere near you unless you get in between a female mama and her cubs. That can get very, very, very serious real quick. But you know, we have all kinds of different types of things out here in these woods that can eat you or kill you even. We have two types. Well, in Appalachia, in the southern part of Appalachia, down in Georgia and places that way, down that way, they have the cottonmouth, but we we have the rattlesnake and the copperhead. And the rattlesnake, he's a solitary creature. He usually stays back in these woods here, places like these old stumps, like this here. He'll stay hid. He goes where people don't. He don't want nothing to do with you. But he blends in so well with your surrounding area that you can walk right on him, which I just about stepped on one here a year or so ago, and about got bit. And then we have the copperhead. He's a feisty little creature. He's not very big, very long, but he's kind of vicious. His personality is not too good, but he can bite you and cause all kinds of sickness. And then, like I said, there's all sorts of predators out there. You have them in the bird species. You have the hawks. Even the eagles being introduced back in Appalachia a little bit. You can see them here and there. But yeah, you have your owls too. But some of the ones that's really vicious that you can't see very well is your spiders, and we have two of those that are very poisonous. We have one that it's called the black widow, and it's a real shiny looking spider. Likes closed in places, real dark places. The way you can identify him, he's got a orange looking hourglass shape on his abdomen, and he bites you. He causes severe pain and sickness. But we have the other one that's called the brown recluse. Its venom deteriorates your flesh. It eats your flesh up. and causes severe pain. And to me, he's about one of the meanest critters they are. But they're not aggressive, they say, but people do get bit by them from time to time. But I know this is a little bit boring, but we're going to get into something else here in just a little bit. We're going to talk about and show you that day. Talk about that day that I fell out of a stand within a safety harness. What it was that I was carrying bear spray. We'll get into that just a little bit. I'll tell you that story here just in a little bit. But we'll head on out there to where the tree stand's at. It's not the same tree stand I was in, but it's the same area. But we'll get into that here just in a few minutes. But there's two other things here in Appalachia you have to really take caution on. It is the ticks, which causes Lyme disease, and it's the mosquitoes. They carry the West Nile virus. So, you know, out here in these woods, all kind of things out here that'll get you. And you just got to be mindful and be mindful of your surroundings and check yourself when you come in from being in the woods. Check yourself real good for ticks and stuff like that, and spray yourself down real good in the mornings. I didn't this morning because it's kind of chilly this morning here, but you should always spray yourself down with some sort of mosquito spray, tick spray. But let's get on out here toward this tree stand, and I'll get into this thing about when I was photographing bears and I had an explosion, you would say. Get back with you in a minute. I just want to tell you, a few minutes ago, I kind of gave you a rundown on what the black widow looked like of the spider, but the brown recluse, he is brown, and it's got a shape on his back like a violin shape, and that's one way you could tell him. And something else I was going to mention too, we also have animals and stuff like that carries rabies. And that is a very serious disease that you can get from rabid animals. One of the most obvious ones that carries it is the raccoon around here, but humans normally get that from bats. Bats is one of the most common ones that causes rabies or bites people that get rabies. But folks, that's something you don't want to get, is rabies. If you get around an animal that's acting funny, acting strange, just wanting to come up to you, a wild animal, there's something wrong with it, because these wild animals just don't come up to you. And if they start look like they're slobbering at the mouth and stuff like that, there's something wrong with them for sure. So take heed. Don't get around these or mess around these wild animals that's just coming up to you, because that's not normal for sure. I just thought I'd run that by you there. We were talking about the snakes there a few minutes ago, the copperhead and the rattlesnake. If you happen to be in the woods, say, and you get bit by one of these things, you need to know, try to identify which one it was, what kind of snake it was. The first thing you need to do is, like you say, like you would say, is call 911 and try to wash the bite area, cover it with a clean dressing, move any tight clothing and jewelry to prevent swelling. It's also important to remain calm, avoid exertion. Wow, if you get bit by a snake and you're in the woods, especially if you're alone, you're not going to be very calm for sure. And back in the day when I used to run in these woods, we didn't have any cell phones or global position devices, which we have now, and Back then, we didn't even have a radio, hardly. But I have all of them today. But that's a good thing. But what we want to do is call for help, stay calm and still, wash the bite, cover the wound, remove tight items. Do not try to cut the bite or suck out the venom. That used to be a thing they used to do back in the day. Suck out that poison. It says monitor symptoms, seek medical attention. Wow, it's talking about staying calm. I know when I run up on that rattlesnake here a while back, it was about last year. He's about 5.5 foot long, big as my arm. It didn't bite me, and it still shook me all to pieces. He was huge snake. I'd say he was at least 50 inches long. Here's something else worthy of noting. Here's some animals that are immune to snake bites, poisonous snake bites, like the rattlesnake. You have the mongoose, as they are known for their ability to withstand venomous snake bites and even hunt deadly snakes like the cobra. They specialized in the receptors to make less sensitive to the neurotoxins, effective snake venom. And you have the opossum. The opossum, we have those everywhere around here. They are resistant to many types of venom, including rattlesnake venom. They are also known for being resistant to rabies. Wow. They're one of the animals that can resist it to rabies. And you have the hedgehog and the honey badger and the California ground squirrel and wood rats. So I just thought I'd mention that, the animals that are resistant to the poisonous snake bites. Well, I made it out here where the tree stand's at, which is a much safer stand than I had before. This was years ago that this incident happened to me. Well, them cadences is carrying on here, ain't they? I guess they're about everywhere in Appalachia, I guess, up and down. But anyhow, I was wanting to tell y'all about this interesting story. It about took my life, actually. I was by myself as usual. I'm always out here by myself. But I was filming black bears. I had one big boar. I found out where his den was, where he was sleeping, and I set up on him. And I had salt out there for deer for the summer months, and he'd come in there in the mornings and eat that salt. He done got so used to my scent, he just lay down right there and just eat that salt, and sometimes he'd take him a nap. I'll show you some pictures of him here laying down. I'd say he weighed 500 pounds easy, but he was a big boar black bear. That's something I enjoyed doing, was photographing black bears. But during that time, I didn't have a weapon. I didn't carry any weapons with me. But what I did do was carry bear spray. Something like this right here. Same kind of stuff. But this stuff, people, is very dangerous. Let me tell you what happened to me with this stuff. I didn't have a pouch like this here to wear it on my side. I just took this bottle here. And so you see the safety tab right there to cause this to work. You have to pop this off here to squeeze that. Just right like it is right there. You can't activate it. See, it's a safety tab. But anyhow, I had this thing down in a fanny pack of mine. A fanny pack is a little pouch you hold your items in that you might want to use later. But in that fanny pack, I also had a tree climber, like that right there, which was a big no-no. What happened was, I was locked in. Always wear safety harness, people, when you're going through these old tree stands like that right there. But the one that I had up was just a lock on. It wasn't a ladder like that. This is much safer I think, than the hang-on stands. But the one I was using at that time was a hang-on stand. This is 21 feet up. There's a safety line right here. It's right here. It's called a brusic. And you hook your carabiner to this, and you lock in, and you just start going up the ladder, and you're tied in all the way up. But anyhow, let me tell you what happened to me. I done climbed up in the stand. I took the ATV here, and I had rode that thing in here for a long ways, and had no communication. Back in that time, we didn't have cell phones like this right here, and or radios like I do have now. Didn't have anything like that. But what happened was, I had this thing in my fanny pack, along with this screw-in climber, which is a big no-no. And what happened was, when I bent over, that thing exploded. It's like an aerosol can, like an aerosol can explode is what it was. And it blew all that stuff into my groin, all the way up into my chest, my face. It rendered me unconscious for a while. I was hanging. But actually, what was going on at the time, I was taking pictures of this big black bear. He was right under me, and I bent over, was going to get something out of another lens for my camera, and when I did, that thing blew up. And when it did, it knocked me unconscious. And the first thing I know, I was hanging in the tree alongside the stand. And I couldn't see. I was blind. That stuff went in my eyes. It's called caspid. It's like 100% caspid. It's very potent stuff. It says here 98% caspid. Some powerful stuff. I carried that just in case I would come up on one and surprised it, and he tried to charge me or something. But I tell you what, it like to kill me, that stuff did. I like to never got out of the tree, couldn't see. My wife had to take me to the hospital. I like to never drove the ATV out to get to help. And actually, when I got to where I was could get help, I passed out, and they sent me on from there. And they had to wash my lungs and all that stuff out. And they had to call the place where you find out what you do for stuff like that, because they was trying to put water on it, and that water was actually activating it more. So that was a bad day for me. So folks, be mindful if you're out here, especially by yourself, like I am a lot. Don't be doing stuff like that. That was a big no-no. I never thought of that. I didn't think at all that thing would puncture that, but it did. When it did, it exploded and blowed that into my groin, giving me third-degree burns all the way up my groin, all the way up into my chest. It was terrible. I thought I was going to die, actually, hanging there. And the first thing I thought of when I come conscious, where's that bear at? Because last time I saw him, I was videotaping him, or I was shooting pictures of him. But when I finally came conscious, there wasn't nothing there. He was gone. So thank God for that. But I wanted to share that with y'all. And out here in these old Appalachian woods, just be careful, because there's things out here that can hurt you. Like I was mentioning earlier, we're talking about the predators. We have predators in different volumes, from large predators up to bears, mountain lions in some areas. Of course, like I say, we don't have them here, but that's debatable. And all the way down to a little spider or mosquito that could render you, paralyze you. There's just so many things out here that can get you. So I try to go prepared if I'm going out. I try to let somebody know where I'm going, where I'm at. And I've got this GPS beacon deal. If I ever need it, I'll just flip that antenna up there and hit the button, and it will position me per satellite where I'm at exactly, and notify the closest 911 for emergency. And I have my old trusty cell phone here, which I got plenty of signal in this area here, so that's good. This here is a handheld shortwave radio, ham radio. Actually, I'm a ham operator. I can hit different repeaters, different places. Yeah, so yeah, I can hit different types of repeaters and get help if I need it. Folks, I just wanted to share this little video with y'all. I know this is something a little bit different. It was educational for me, especially the bear spray incident. That was very educational for me. But I wanted to share that with y'all, because I don't know how many of you all go out there in the woods, and y'all might even have some of this bear spray that you carry. But please, get you the proper holster for it. Wear it on your side instead of in a fanny pack that can burst if something sharp hits it. So that's all I've got today. So I thought I would just do this little video today, and we're going to try to do something a little different here in about a week and come back with you. So this is Dan with you from Appalachian Roots with Dan. We'll catch y'all next time. See y'all, folks.